Chess openings are important. I will show you 3 lost games, also short games, because of bad opening. If you are ready, let's go and check these games. This is the game 1 of our lost game because of bad opening. E4, D5, E takes D5, Queen takes D5, Scandinavian, Knight C3, attacking the Queen. The Queen can go Queen A5, Queen D6, Queen D8. In the game, the black player goes to Queen D8, Bishop C4. Of course, the idea is to attack and pressure the F7 pawn. Knight F6, Knight F3, and here, black made a terrible mistake and blunder actually by moving Bishop to G4. So let's go back. What is the best continuation of black here for this kind of setup? Black can go A6, C6, or E6 if black wants to develop this bishop. Instead of going here to G4, Bishop to F5 is the best square. Now, Bishop G4 is a bad one. Why? You may pause the video to analyze it more. But if you're ready, let's go and continue. Because of this Knight to E5 move, sacrificing the Queen for the one move checkmate. So if you are the black player here, what will you do to save your bishop and to protect the F7 pawn? Bishop to E6. If, for example, capture, white can go Queen E2. White has a good position here. However, in the game, instead of moving from Bishop to G4 to E6, black moves Bishop to H5. And after of that, Queen takes H5, black resigns. The idea, of course, one move checkmate. If Knight takes Queen, if black would go here, still Queen takes, one move checkmate. Very bad position for black. Instead of continuing the game, resign. This is the game 2 of our lost game because of bad opening. So E4, C5, Sicilian defense, D4, C takes D4, C3. This is the famous Smith-Morra gambit. The reason why we do gambit is to gain space and quick development. D takes C3, Knight takes C3, D6, Bishop C4, and Knight F6. So let's go back. So instead of Knight F6, black can go E6 or Knight C6, because after of Knight F6, there is a sacrifice pawn E5, attacking the knight and of course attacking the pawn. So the best move of black here is to go Knight FD7. If white would decide to capture this one, capture, there's an isolated pawn that white can attack anytime. But what happened in the real game? So after of E5, unfortunately, black captured the E5 pawn. Because of that, Bishop takes F7, black resigned. There is no way now for the black king to support the queen. This is the game 3 of our lost game because of bad opening. E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Bishop C4. This is called Italian game. And black move Knight to D4, Blackburn gambit, offering this E5 pawn for, of course, crazy attack. So the best way to continue if you are the white player here is to capture the knight, not the E5 pawn. Knight takes D4, E takes D4, and castling, white is better here. In the game, instead of white capturing the D4, the knight on D4, knight takes E5, and because of that, white had to face the consequences of that move. Queen to G5, attacking the knight, and of course the G2 pawn. Knight takes F7, thinking there's a fork, there's a double tap. Unfortunately, not seeing the checkmate or the last queen. Queen takes G2, this rook has to go F1 or else checkmate after the queen takes rook. Rook F1, queen takes E4. If Bishop E2, Knight F3, smarter checkmate. If Queen E2, of course, Knight takes. And black is clearly winning.